community emotions escalated to violence around 8 p.m., prompting the governor to declare a state of emergency.
Store shelves nationwide are dwindling or totally empty.
If you wait until you realize how serious this condition is, you likely will find that it's too late for you to be able to evacuate.
My name is Scott Acey. I'm a chiropractor, and we live in Rexburg, Idaho, and we've moved here about 4 years ago, and we moved from Arizona. So this is home now.
My name is Andrea Hansen. Most people call me Annie. That's a little easier. I have a college degree in construction, residential construction. So I have been flipping homes for about 26 years. So remodeling and flipping homes.
My name is Derek Moose, and I'm originally from Iowa. I work full-time in the airsoft industry, and I own a firearms training center as well as an airsoft store on the side.
Emergency preparedness to me means being able to take care of yourself and keep yourself and your family safe when the environment's not safe. And also being able to take care of your family and fill their basic needs when those needs aren't being met elsewhere.
Preparedness has been something I grew up with parents who were conscious of having food storage and being self-reliant.
When it comes to the definition of emergency preparedness is, even just to get started, is what is the super easy things? What's the low-hanging fruit that you can do to be prepared for a wide array of basic emergency situations?
I like the Get Home bag because it has everything that if I get stranded somewhere, I can get home.
Okay, so this originally was, I built the house with this to be a food storage room. So we actually have like a extra insulated door. So this is like an exterior door on it.
Airsoft is an awesome tool within in training. And so when you look at airsoft, and what most people think of is the game of airsoft.
So normally what I'll do is I'll just take the Leatherman, I'll slide it in my pocket. I don't want it on my belt because, again, I don't want to draw attention to myself. I don't want to have anyone look at me and say, hey, I'd like that Leatherman. I'm going to take it because there's no rule of law anymore.
And then there's no windows or heaters in here. So we tried to put like what the kids use a lot right at the beginning. Like they could walk in, get a can, or if they want their macaroni or the quick items that we use a lot. And then I tried to organize it, which it doesn't look super organized right now, but like in baking, like this shelf would all be, if you wanted to cook cakes and cookies and stuff, you'd find your stuff there.
We want people to practice gunfighting. It's kind of like when you think about boxing. You're gonna spar a lot before you hop in a fight. Why don't we spar more if you're someone who can still carry it? And so airsoft is that opportunity to spar, to learn the ins and outs of the gunfight, understand the techniques and the strategies to best increase your preparedness for defending yourself in those situations.
This is a 22 long rifle, okay? It all breaks down and fits in the stock. This is very lightweight. It can go in a backpack very easily if I'm out for several days. You can feed yourself with small game if you have something like this. I know it's only a 22 for self-defense. People are going to say, well, it's only a 22, but regardless, no one likes to be on the receiving end of any caliber.
You know, trying to keep things together for staples like honey and, is it ketchup, mustard, Parmesan cheese, things like that. And just trying to get all the basics in. And then also lots of spices, and everything got shoved that way because I'm going to redo my shelves. But trying to store, like cases of pasta can store for long term, and spices. So the other thing in here is a water tank. So I've got some water storage in this room. We try to have some water throughout the house.
I've got this mask to filter out a lot of things. Most likely this would stay in the car. This is all I would need for several days to get home.
In general, I would just say start looking for that education that's already here and available in East Idaho, because there will probably be an opportunity for everyone at some point to assist in some kind of emergency situation.
I think the worst case scenario or likely scenario here would be a long-term power outage. In the wintertime, most people don't have a way to heat their home. The other scenario I could see happening here would be some type of fuel or transportation crisis where the trucks that bring the food are not moving.
I don't want to rely on the government if there is an emergency. I don't feel like I can. I don't want to have to eat their food. I may not know what their food has in it, you know, if it's how processed is it, how genetically modified.
You get flat tires. People hurt themselves. So first aid. The unfortunate situation of shootings happen. Being prepared for those kind of things that happen every single day, and being prepared for those things. One example of an emergency situation is from a flight paramedic. He was flying out to a car crash, and when they got there, there was a handful of doctors there. The man who got in the crash needed a tourniquet to stop the bleeding, and there was not a single tourniquet on site. And I mean, you have a handful of medical professionals, doctors, who deal with this stuff every day, but none of them had a tourniquet in their car. And it's a $30 piece of equipment. This guy got lucky because they were able to improvise and figure something out to stop the bleeding. But how much better it would have been to have the proper piece of equipment on site, ready to go, for someone to have in their glove box or have in their pocket.
My idea is prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. So if my whole life goes on just like it's going now and I never have to use my emergency preparedness items, that's great.
For emergency preparedness, looking forward, I look at it biblically, scripturally, you know, prophetically, that we should be self-sufficient and prepared for the calamities that are coming.
How do we provide more opportunities to train more people so more people are prepared? Specifically in this area, to build a community around emergency preparedness so that when the unfortunate things do happen, that people are ready for it.